Damn, that's fabulous. Hello, everyone. This is Jay Tahoe, and this is my gym maxing story. Now, I know a lot of you are going to say, "Oh, gym maxing, it's just cope, and it doesn't help anybody." Well, listen, this is my perspective on it, and this is my personal anecdote of what happened to me. So, hear me out. I'm not saying that it's a silver bullet for everybody, and this will work for everybody, but I do think that it has some benefits that it can give you in life. So anyway, this is my story. When I was about 15 years old, well, actually, even going back further, to when I was around 11, 12 years old, it became noticeable that I was going to be short. In addition to that, I was also very scrawny and very skinny. In this picture here, you can see me at, 15 years old. You can see I was very, very skinny. I was probably about 5'5" and 120 pounds. So just very frail. I got picked on a lot by kids at school. One memorable story was there was a kid who stole my video game. I had a video game that he stole, and I wanted to get it back, and he kind of just like, oh yeah, I don't know where it is, blowing me off. I knew he was full of crap, so I was like, I want to, kick this kid's ass. So that was kind of like the final straw. I was like, no, I got to do something about this now. So for the next 3 years, I worked out feverishly for about 2 hours a day. I was also on the track and cross country team, so that helped me to maintain my body fat percentage. My diet was crazy. I would eat sometimes like 3,500 calories in a day. I was at a party after high school where I came across an old classmate of mine. She goes, "Hey, I remember you. You were the guy who ate the rotisserie chickens all the time." I had an after-school job, so what I would do is with the money I earned, I'd go buy like rotisserie chickens almost all the time, and I'd eat like a full chicken for lunch. In addition, I was drinking a lot of protein shakes, which my father, who is a physician, told me like it's very, very hard on the kidneys, but I didn't care. I just wanted to be jacked. I just wanted to stop getting crap from people. So fast forward to senior year, this is a picture of what I looked like then. I was in really good shape. You can see from the pictures that, versus when I was 15, my arms pretty much doubled in circumference. I had about 16-inch circumference arms back then, which the average male has like 13.8 or something. I was bench pressing 250 pounds. It might have been, I think I hit 250 like the year after high school, but like senior year, it might have been like 240 or close. Either way, it was pretty good. I was definitely like top five in my school at that point. I also I also could run a mile below 5 minutes. And it wasn't like I wasn't crazy good at track. I was, I would say again like top maybe seven on my team. I ran the mile in like 4:54. There were kids who could pull out like 4:30s, 4:25s on my team. We had a really good team. Who actually our 4x mile made All-American senior year. But my point being is that there weren't really many kids who could run a sub 5 minute mile and bench press 250 pounds. Like there were kids who could bench press 300 pounds but weren't coming anywhere close to a sub 5 minute mile. And there were kids running 430 miles, who'd be lucky to bench press 180 pounds. So I started getting a lot of really positive reinforcement. And even though I was still short, I ended up being the tallest I ever was 5'8". I'm 5'7" now because I have some back issues that have kind of made me shrink down a little bit. But either way, a lot of kids were a lot taller than me. And I've told the story a bunch of times of there was a quote unquote Chad who was like 6'2" on my track team. And in this picture, you'll see that like the people wearing the black jerseys were the top seven people. The varsity team or whatever. And the Chad, he had a black jersey going into senior year until I beat him, and the coach made him give over his black jersey. And I was also like very muscular at the time, so he got a little like upset about it, I guess. And I was kind of like, well, I can kick your ass too, so piss off. So I guess like for me, it just I gained an actual reason to be confident because like, well, I'm doing pretty good at the sport. I'm also doing, I'm also, more muscular than most people, so I don't really have to take anyone's crap anymore. So senior year, also like later on in senior year, I'm still short, right? I started getting attention from women who had not looked my way, in the years prior. Like I remember I'm walking to the locker room one time after gym class, and there was this girl, who I'd known since probably like sixth grade, who never looked my way before. And she comes up to me and pinches my ass and goes, "Damn, like you're buff." And like that was like completely foreign to me. Like I'd never gotten, anything like that in my life. So I started like becoming a lot more. I had friends, but I started becoming way more like socially outgoing. I guess just because I did get a lot of positive reinforcement about like, oh, you have really big arms, or you have nice abs. Which ironically, when I was in high school, I was more going for bulk. I actually started going for cutting a little more after high school, like maybe a year or two after, and I'll show the picture here where I did get six pack abs. But so my point being is like I'm still short, right? And I've been told I'm like a 6 out of 10, maybe facially. Like I'm a marginally handsome guy, but certainly not a Chad or anything, in that realm. The years after high school, I developed a pretty healthy social circle through work and my existing friends. And lo and behold, like, and again, guys, I don't want, the point here isn't to brag or like, everybody likes like, oh, Jay Tahoe, he's just bragging and, he doesn't get it. I'm like, no, that's not the point of this. The point is to show what worked, right? And the reinforcement for it. Because a lot of people will go to the gym for like, 2 months, not, work out properly, or like or not see actual results and then just give up. It took me 3 years, to make that transformation, and I gained almost 50 pounds in muscle. Go back to the pictures and you'll see it. But yeah, I would get randomly DM'd by women at points. I'm showing the pictures here. All the names and phone numbers are crossed out because I don't want to dox anybody. But yeah, I got a lot of positive reinforcement, and I can't help but thinking like my face didn't change, right? My height, I'm still short. The only variable in this equation here was getting in shape. That's really it. So I don't, for all the people who say, oh, well, gym maxing I get it. Like if you're like, really hideous or really short, like, maybe like 5'3", 5'4", then maybe it's not a silver bullet. My point being is like at the very least, you won't have to take crap from people anymore if you can kick somebody's ass. It doesn't even necessarily mean you can kick someone's ass if you can lift a lot of weight, but you're gonna definitely feel like you can. You're gonna feel stronger than most of the people around you. Because I looked it up, like bench pressing 250 pounds isn't crazy. Obviously you're not going to the Olympics or anything, but I looked it up, and the average adult male can bench press his body weight, one time. So that means like the average adult in the United States is like 192 pounds. So that's an average. So obviously, that's what I was doing was above average. That made me pretty confident that like, were I to get into a confrontation with an average guy, I'll probably kick the crap out of him. Also knowing that I have, good endurance from when I was running too. That also, it gave me this feeling of like, yeah, like just try it. And there were a lot of times where like, kids in high school like who'd previously said things, when I came back looking buff, they're like, yeah, never mind. So that's my gym maxing story, guys. It worked for me, say it's cope all you want, but I think this pretty much speaks for itself.